Tigers take down the Yankees 8-3. We'll hear from both Mario and Ron throughout the next hour on Tigers Live. Shannon Hogan will collect the post-game reaction from the players as well as Jim Leland's post-game press conference. And Craig Monroe will join us to talk about the Tigers' long ball eruption. All that and more coming up next in just 2 minutes on Tigers Live. Really wanted and needed a win today. That's the most important thing to take.
Well, it's definitely important. I mean, obviously you want to get a win. I think the ballpark, everybody will leave happy. Even the fans, they can continue their party. And the guys can go home and enjoy the rest of their afternoon and get ready to come back and do this thing all over again.
Yeah, it was going to be a good time no matter what. Always better with a win. Let's get right to the highlights. They're brought to you today by Xfinity from Comcast. The Tigers, before the game, unveiled their American League Championship banner and then introduced Torrey Hunter to the home crowd for the first time. But one of the loudest ovations was reserved for your Triple Crown winner, Miguel Cabrera. Miggy came up in the first with runners on the corners, nobody out. Bounce at third. Yanks try to turn two, but the speedy Miguel Cabrera beats it out. Jackson scores 1-0 Tigers. To the second, Tigers threatening again. Omar Infante at the dish. Lines one to center field. Andy Dirks gets the green light to score, and he will. So make it 2-0 Tigers. Go to the third. Prince Fielder and the Tigers looking for more. Crushes this one to right, but Brendan Bosch is tracking, and he makes a leaping catch off the wall, robbing Fielder of extra bases and probably an RBI. Where is Brendan Bosch, and what have you done with him? Fine play by Bosch, and the Yankees get it going at the plate in the fifth, thanks to a little help from Fister. Uncorks a wild pitch. Brett Gardner scores, and the Yanks were on the board. The very next pitch to Euclid would prove even more costly. That's not coming back. Drives it into left center and into the Yankees bullpen. A two-run shot, and just like that, the Yankees claim a 3-2 lead. Back come the Tigers in the bottom of the fifth. 2-on, 2-out for Prince, and not even Brendan Bosch, that poor guy in the front row, is going to catch that one. The Tigers' first homer of the season, a 3-run shot that gives Detroit a 5-3 lead. To the sixth we go, and Alex Avila comes up. He is leaving. His first of the season lands way up in the right field seats. A solo shot, and the Tigers had a 6-3 lead. In the seventh, the Tigers continue to pad the lead. If anybody asks you, tell them you belong to Prince. No doubt about this one, Simo.
This is a no-doubter here. The way to stay back and get one of those hanging breaking balls, you hang it, we bang it kind of way.
Fielder's second two-run bomb of the day gives the Tigers an 8-3 lead, and that's your final. Detroit 2-2 after taking the home opener over the Yanks. And after failing to homer in any of the first 3 games of the season, the Tigers knockout 3 today. That means curly fries if you're scoring at home. Fielder's first 2-run shot of the day guaranteed the win for Doug Fister. Infante had 2 hits, a run, and an RBI. And Drew Smyly was solid in his 4 innings of relief, set down 12 in a row to pick up the save. All right, time now to get into an opening day edition of the Craigslist. And Simo, 5th inning. Let's start there. 2 on, nobody out. Hunter hits into a double play, and you're thinking, no, here we go again. But Prince came through with the big shot, not once, but twice today.
Well, this is what this team's going to do. I mean, when you look at this team from the top to bottom, obviously, you know about the table setters, and obviously Torrey Hunter, which we'll talk about later, has set in really well and been a big part in that 2-hole. But Miggy and the Prince is going to be one of those guys. They're going to be guys that just flat out get it done. They're a proven, bona fide 100 RBI guy. Ben Logan comes in with a fastball up high. Look at the big fella go up and get it. This is special, Nick. Guys are not getting on top of 94 miles per hour, especially on the lefty. But here in the 7th, I love this. Oh, my goodness. When you hang one of those breaking balls to Prince, he's going to deposit it into right field. Take a look at this, Mick. And this is when you get to pimp. When you hit him that far, Mick, you get to watch him. And the big fella watches that one, and rightfully so, because that ball there went really far.
Yeah, flipped the bat there. He knew nobody was going to be able to catch that one. And how about Drew Smyly today? Perfect in 4 innings of relief, to much different from what we saw on opening day in Minnesota.
The one thing that I love about Drew Smyly is his confidence. And when you look at him today, and very easily could have come into today thinking about the opening day and how he didn't pitch as well as he would like to, not being in the strike zone. Well, we got a chance to see a whole different Smyly today. We got a chance to see the Smyly that we're used to seeing, a guy that was aggressive in the strike zone, and keeping that ball down, staying out of the middle of the plate, going in on hitters, staying away from them. When Drew Smyly is staying in the zone and controlling the pitches as well as he did today, 12 up, 12 down, he is unhittable. Here's a lefty with so much poise. We talk about this guy as far as being a young guy, but pitching like a veteran, and that is going to be fun to watch throughout this season.
That's why they like him so much,
yes.
and that's why he made the team, to be able to fill a role like he did today, to go those 4 innings to pick up the save for the Tigers. And then, while we're talking about the home runs from Prince Fielder, Alex Avila joined the home run party today as well, and it wasn't that he hit a home run, it was where he hit it.
It was where he hit it, and I guarantee you Lord McClendon right now was standing ovation for him because they talked about it, and I got a chance to talk to Lord today about Avila, and one of the things that they worked on in spring training was they wanted him to be a little bit more aggressive, get the ball out front a little bit more. Love that he's patient, loves that he likes to use the other way, go the opposite field, but they feel like with the power that he has the capability of doing what he did today, get the bat head out front and hit a towering home run to right field. This is what you're going to have to see from Alex Avila. Here's a 2011 All-Star, a guy that at the bottom of that lineup is going to add some length to the bottom of that order, and he is going to come up big. And this is a great sign, and I guarantee you, him and Lord are going to talk about this, saying, hey, this is what you have to do. Early in the count, be aggressive, get out there and really try to do some damage. And today he did just that.
Because there's no question he has the power. You saw how far that ball flew. All right, much more with Craig still to come as we get going here on this hour-long post-game edition of Tigers Live. But baseball is just a part of what we've got going on today. Coming up tonight, we have Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit. The Wings will be in Denver to take on the Colorado Avalanche. Red Wings Live will get the night started at 8:30. Puck drop from Colorado coming your way at 9 o'clock. But up next on Tigers Live, we'll take you back to Comerica Park. Post-game reaction from the clubhouse and on-field conversation. Could he do today going 2 for 4 with the 2 dingers and 5 RBI to give him 6 on the season? Thank you so much for your votes, and be sure to check your text response for a special offer from McDonald's. Well, Jim Leland has come to appreciate that opening day in Detroit is like no other, but for him it really is just another day at the office, and for Jim to truly enjoy his work, the day needs to end with a victory. So whether you worked, like Leland, or got to play hooky today, everyone goes home happy. The skipper ready to share his thoughts on the home opener as we take you to his post-game press conference.
Jim, what a great outing for Smiley today. What's the biggest difference you saw in him today that we haven't seen yet this season?
I think he used his fastball more. He had much better command. His control was much better today, and he used his fastball a little bit more, and I think that was very effective for him.
Jim, opening day is so important to the fans here. How happy are you to send them home with a win?
Well, I doubt they're going home just yet. They'll probably get up early and go home late tonight, I would think. But, you know, I thought we put on a good show for them. Everybody, you know, enjoys home runs and a good pitching performance. We give them a little bit of both of that today with Prince and Alex. So, you know, hopefully they're having a good time and partying and enjoy it, and hopefully they're partying safe.
We all know what Prince can do. He's got a track record, but to come up with the big 2 home runs today, what do you make of that?
Yeah, we talked to Show a little bit in Minnesota, and we talked about that, and, you know, we talked about, you know, we think we're going to hit. I mean, you know, Prince Fielder's going to hit. The track record's too good, so, you know, he certainly came up big today on a real nice day for everybody.
Can you talk a little bit about what you saw from Pfister? It seems like after he hit Nunez, he just wasn't the same the rest of the time he was out there.
Well, you know, his command was still a little bit off, but that'll get better. The arm strength will get a little bit better, and the control will get better as he gets out there. So, you know, he'll be fine. Like I said, his control was a little, you know, come and go today, but you know, he'll get better as we get into this.
With the middle of the lineup, you're kind of expecting to see those guys, you know, hit with power, but how nice was it to see Alex Avila come up with a big home run today?
Well, I thought he was real aggressive with a bat for the most part today, 2 or 3 at-bats. I thought he was real aggressive. I think that's important for him. When he gets aggressive, I mean, he's got a lot of juice in his bat, as you saw. That was a long home run. When he hits them and centers them, they go a long way. So, you know, we'd like to see him a little bit more aggressive, and I thought he was that today.
Jim, the largest Comerica Park attendance in the history of opening day here. What's that say about this fan base and with their love for the Tigers?
They've been waiting. Obviously, they've been waiting. You know, it was a short winter maybe for the players and that, but it was probably a long winter for the fans. You know, after the bitter taste after the World Series and a good memory from winning the American League Championship, it probably seemed like it was a long time for them. Kind of a short off season for us, but, you know, see them all out here today, you know, great. I mean, just absolutely fantastic. You know, you knew it was going to be this way. You know, certainly they take good care of us. We appreciate that. And, you know, for this opening day, we put on a pretty good show for them.
Verlander told us that he thought A.J. was going to be the breakout star of the season for your team. You got to love the way he's been setting the table for you so far.
Yeah, well, we think we got 2 real good guys up top there with him and Torrey Hunter. You know, right off the bat, A.J. gets one, and then Torrey gets one behind him on the run, you know, when he was running. And you know, that's pretty good. And with the big guys behind them, you know, hopefully they can set some tables for us all year long, and the big guys can knock them in. That's what, you know, that's the way it's the blueprint is, but it doesn't always work that way.
Hey, top, bottom, middle of the order, they had it all going on.
Miguel Cabrera, and Cabrera was driving in everybody, but let's take a look at his day today. In the 5th inning, he comes up, and take a look at how he climbs the ladder to get a Boone Logan fastball in the low 90s and hit an absolute missile out of the ballpark. And then in the 7th inning, he gets himself a breaking ball and flips that one out of the yard as well. This one hit a lot further than the first one, but what I want to do is pay attention to the pitch by pitch. Prince said he wasn't looking for this breaking ball, but I disagree with him. First pitch breaking ball, then he takes 2 fastballs from Sean Kelly, knowing that he's going to get that breaking ball again, and then when you see him flip that bat at home plate, you know there's some damage that has been done. But very impressed with the effort today by Prince Fielder, but really I've been impressed with Prince Fielder since he's put on a Tigers uniform.
No doubt about that. You had to be impressed as well today with Drew Smyly. 50 pitches out of the Tigers bullpen. And this guy was unhittable today. You and I were talking about this. The way he was spotting his fastball today was pretty incredible.
He looked good last year, but today is about as well as I've seen Smyly pitch. And, of course, he got his first major league win last year in the opening week of the season against the New York Yankees. But this guy today was absolutely unbelievable. He had a rough start on Monday. This was in Minnesota, but today, look at where the location with the fastball was. Against the left-handers, it's at the knees or lower. He was spotting it on the outside part of the plate. You don't see Robinson Cano take many swings like the swing we just watched. He's one of the best left-handed hitters in the game. And then when he knew that they were looking for the fastballs at the bottom of the zone, he decided to come up in the zone. Just a tremendous afternoon here by Drew Smyly, who got the first save in his major league career.
And 35 of his 50 pitches were for strikes here this afternoon. The 5 punch-outs, no walks in 4 perfect innings of work. And the one thing you want to do with a sellout crowd is send them home happy, Mick. The Tigers did that today with a very impressive win. Let's go back to you now in the Call Sam studios.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Yeah, everybody goes home happy today, and we're not done yet from downtown Detroit. We'll take you back inside the Tigers clubhouse next. Shannon Hogan gathering interviews as we speak. We'll hear from today's winner, Doug Fisker, when Tigers Live continues.
Deeper in the game. You know, I made some pitches that, you know, I wouldn't say wasted, but used too many early, you know, and not enabling me to go deeper.
Doug, was today one of those starts where you felt like you had to really grind?
Yeah, you know, I mean, today was one of those days that really had to focus on the small things and really kind of get back to basics and, you know, continue to take steps in the right direction.
You know, the play that you had to stretch on, the play the fielder made, did that bother you at all after that?
No, I felt good, and, you know, Prince made a terrific play over there, diving stop, and, you know, it felt like I needed to hurry, and it's just kind of kicked back to the old, you know, play first base days, and but no, I felt fine.
Speaking of Prince, when you get the 2 long bombs from a guy like that, I mean, it's obviously got to make you feel good as a pitcher.
Yeah, as a pitcher, you know, the whole staff was talking about it. It's you know, great to see those guys off to a great start. You know, feeling good at the plate, swinging the bat well. You know, but you know, playing defense, they were just tremendous today for us.
What did you throw that caught Nunez?
You know, it was a sinker that I was trying to get down and in, and you know, I kind of got ahead of myself, and it kind of sailed on me, and you know, it's not you know, not a pitch I want to make.
When you have a day like this where you throw more balls than you normally do, will you make any adjustments or focus on anything between now and the next start?
Certainly, there's going to be some you know, fine-tuned things that I really focus on in the bullpen, trying to keep the ball down. You know, today I struggled with my curveball a little bit, especially early, you know, and finally found it later on. But you know, those kind of things I need to get from the get-go.
I guess at the end of the day.
Right on 6 starts against the Yankees, Doug Fisker 2-1 against the Pinstripes. And, you know, we talked a little bit about the order today, the beef and support they got from guys like Prince Fielder and Alex Avila. But the top of the order has been clicking here through the early part of the season as well. Torrey Hunter and Austin Jackson combined to go 4 for 8 this afternoon. We'll send you right back into the clubhouse. Shannon Hogan has made her way over to Torrey's locker.
Our offense that we saw, what was most encouraging to you out of this whole game?
Well, definitely the W, but I have to say Drew Smyly, you know, going out there, you know, especially setting the tone for, you know, all our pitchers, starters, whoever, he pitched his butt off. I mean, against the Yankees, you know, had the ball down and away against the righties. all speed, changing it up, and kept those guys off balance. So I give him the game ball today.
I know you've been around the league, so you've seen what guys can do, but Prince Fielder with 2 home runs today, those balls were out of there. How exciting is it to watch that?
Can I say bomb on TV? Yeah, there were some bombs hit today by Prince Fielder, and he felt good. He was locked in. He swung his strikes, and seemed like he was a little more aggressive today. Maybe the weather has something to do with that for all of us, and that's what he's capable of doing every day, you know, on a day-to-day basis. So I'm excited about this ball club. I'm excited about the fans, about the media. So it's a good welcome for me.
Can you talk about being in the middle?
Yeah, good welcome for Torrey, and he's been received with a welcome arm by the Tigers and their fans. And if he continues to hit the way he has, that'll continue all season long. Another 2 hits today, and clearly his ability to hit and run with Austin Jackson at the top of that order is proven to be a nice weapon for this team early in the season.
Oh, he's on fire. I mean, he's on fire, and we like to joke about this, but I mean, like fine wine, he seems to get better with age. But I think it has a lot to do with him being in that 2-hole. Now he believes and realized that he's not a 3, 4, 5-hole hitter anymore, so he doesn't have to try to go up there and try to hit home runs. This is what he said that makes him a better hitter. He feels like all I have to do is hit behind the guy, get me a pitch out over the plate, and not try to do too much with it. Put the barrel of the bat on it. He says, Simo, it's made me a better hitter. And so for him to enjoy hitting in that 2-hole, we're going to get a chance to see Austin Jackson being the catalyst, getting on base. There's going to be a lot of situations, 1st and 3rd, where Miggy and the Prince are going to get a chance to eat a lot of RBIs.
And Torrey's been able to do that because Austin's been on base. I think 4 straight games, he's led off the game with a single. You
know what? The adjustment that Austin made last year with the leg kick, he's got a lot of confidence in him with those mechanical adjustments that he did make. He's seeing the ball a lot better. He's taking some really good pitches on down and away. And then when he does get a good pitch to hit, he doesn't miss it.
Yeah, great to see those 2 guys off to a good start so far. Certainly one of the bright spots for the Tigers through the first 4 games of the season. Right, much more still to come here on Tigers Live. When we come back, we'll head back into the clubhouse. The post-game reaction keeps rolling in. More from the Tigers and their fans on their opening day win when Tigers Live continues right after this. Beyond in 2004. Smiling, no doubt smiling after that performance as we take you inside the clubhouse.
Drew, you came in, and the next thing you know, 12 up, 12 down. Can you remember ever doing that before in your career?
Maybe to start out, but not to end it. No, I didn't think I was going to go all forward going in. Just going to go in, try to throw strikes, fill the zone up, and see what happens. And after this first couple quick innings, I was thinking, okay, you know, just keep going out. And I'm happy Skip left me in, had confidence in me.
What was the biggest difference between what we saw in Minnesota? I know you said there you were having trouble kind of feeling the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you can't make excuses. I mean, it was kind of a rough outing for me, but, I mean, yeah, it was super cold. The conditions were rough, but I didn't do my job that day, you know. And then when you have an outing like that, it sticks with you for a little bit. So it was good to come out today and, you know, get it back.
As far as your stuff, what was feeling really good, too, today?
Just a better feel, you know. From the first batter, I knew I was going to be able to throw strikes. And when I'm throwing strikes, I mean, good things happen, you know, when you're ahead in the count. So as long as you're getting ahead with all the hitters, you know, just make your pitches and good things will happen. So
opening day in Detroit is always exciting, but to have a win like this with the outing you had and the home runs, it's a pretty good feeling.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. We needed it to get back after 2 tough ones in Minnesota, but it's good to get a win on opening day. It's fun, and got to go from here.
Thanks.
No problem.
All right, here's a look at the Tigers' upcoming schedule brought to you by Hanson's Windows. The Tigers have 2 more games against the Yankees. Tomorrow's game will be on Fox. It's a national broadcast. And then after a day off on Monday, the Tigers are welcoming the Toronto Blue Jays for 3 games before heading out to the West Coast for the only time this season. All right, still much more to come here on Tigers Live following the 8-3 win over the Yankees on opening day. In fact, we'll head back into the clubhouse for another visit with the big slugger of the afternoon, Prince Fielder, when we come back.
If you want the best of baseball all season long, Xfinity from Comcast gives you the best seat in the house. With MLB Network, you get live games 4 nights a week, plus 24/7